Hi everyone. So we have our heat wave has started. I know some parts of America had a really strong heat wave, and now it has moved to UK. So today is only the beginning. We have 28 degrees, and then throughout the week it's supposed to get up to 33 Celsius. So yeah, it's going to be a hot week. So it's a proper summer, I suppose. And I had if some of you don't know, we live in the countryside, in the English countryside, and I absolutely love. We moved from London a few years back, and I absolutely love the life change, the lifestyle, and the peacefulness and the beautiful serenity that you get in the countryside. And obviously driving through fields is so much nicer than being stuck in these insane London traffic. So having said that, where we live there are some wheat fields near us, and I have always driven past wheat fields, and I find them so beautiful, how they start off green and then the wheats ripen to this beautiful golden color. Sorry if you can hear any car noises, but obviously because it's quite a hot day, I do have to keep the window open. So yeah, and it's just beautiful to look at a field, and I have never stopped and actually taken or cut any of the weeds. I'm not sure if you're allowed to do this, probably not, but I did that because I just wanted to feel in my hand what it feels like to hold a wheat that, but we obviously eat bread and make cakes and use the flour and for pastas and whatnot, and it's just nice to see how things in nature, what they start from. And so here it is. It's got a really nice weight to it, which I didn't realize how heavy the grains are, and some of the grains have opened, I guess. But anyway, some of them are still a little bit green. So I noticed a couple of fields near us have already harvested, and this is the last field which I really wanted to make sure I can get like a little bunch of these weeds to put in a vase at home before the field gets cut. So that is what we're doing today. So what we're doing today is I want to show you how to make a nice little kind of doodle watercolor illustration in your journal. And I am going to journal in my Tomoe River paper journal. This is the 52 GSM white paper. I have strongly decided that I prefer the white to the off-white. But if you're interested, I'll pull out the off-white to show you. So this would be the off-white. There's an illustration here that I have. So holding it side by side, you can hopefully see. This is also the thicker paper. So I think this is the 64 GSM versus the 52. 52 is nice and thin and crinkly and transparent. Now, because it's so thin, I would recommend to only illustrate on one side, because you may run into a problem that I have. So I have done two illustrations here with strong ghosting, as you can see from the other page, and I actually really like the illustrations, but I cannot if I wanted to scan, for example, this one, I cannot do it. I think I could do this one because you can't see it as much as it is on a black background here. So that's the thing. Maybe I'll just put a black cardstock underneath and that would help it. But anyway, so this is just a little heads up. If you only illustrate on one side, you can, be okay with the ghosting. So I will leave the links where I get these notebooks from. I have found a seller on ESSIE, and ever since, I think this was last year, ever since I'm just buying her inserts, and I bought a bunch. I still have a couple of them which I haven't started, and there is even a new one which I have as a backup. And I tried different papers, and yeah, I just love her quality. They're really contemporary looking, really modern, and I use them in my Mr. Darcy. I'm not sure why I'm giving you all of this information, but if you're interested, this is where I keep all of my, oops, I can't show you what's going on there, it's a little secret for now, all of my inserts, and that's how I work in them. Okay, so today I am aiming for a short video simply because I have been very determined to create more videos for you, so more content, but shorter videos, which is then for me possible to edit and do it that way. So I'm just going to put my cloth here, my water there, we've got this here. Okay, so I'm going to start by creating a little wash, and for a wash the best thing to do is just to have a flat brush. It gives you the best and the fastest wash that you can think of, and it's also really easy. So what I'm going to do now is get some watercolors out, and I think I want a background that will sort of translate the gold kind of beauty of this watercolor. Actually, why don't I just do that? So I'm just gonna wet the gold here. This is the Iridescent Aztec gold by Daniel Smith, I believe, but I will leave the link below. It's a little bit different from your typical gold. And I'm just going to create a little wash. So imagine this is just a page in your journal. And what we're going to do now, this is a brush, like I said, it's just great for a wash. It's not going to create those lovely watercolor effects, but it creates a great and fast wash. So that's that. And then I am thinking whether I should actually add any color. Yeah, I'm going to go in and add a little bit of yellow into this. Just mix it up a little like so. See what happens. Like that. And now it's time to dry it. Okay, so as you can see, we now have this beautiful background. And I'm thinking of zooming you slightly in so you can see a little bit better of what is going on here. So the next thing that I will do, I think I'm going to doodle with this pen here. So this is water soluble ink, and what which one is that? I think this was the Sepia, if I'm not mistaken, inside here. Yeah, it's a Sepia. Okay, so that works nice. So I'm just going to, in the middle of this, you can see I have turned my pan upside down, and I'm just going to loosely and quickly kind of doodle these grains. And remember, all we're trying to do is to doodle, so the doodle is going to go outside of the paper, and just like that. And then also some of these have a bit longer kind of wispier areas. So I'm doing this quite lightly and easily. I'm going to also, on one side of this, try to thicken it up a little, and remember that it is water soluble ink. So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to dry it real quick. So essentially you could leave it like that, because you can see the beautiful gold color coming through even from underneath the ink. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, as I was trying to say, you could leave it like that and have the beautiful gold watercolor come through even from underneath. I don't know if whether you can pick it up on the camera, but I can do in real life that the ink over the gold watercolor still looks beautiful and shimmery. So you could leave it like that, or you could do a little bit of glazing, and that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take a detailed or a great brush for detail. So this is the silver black velvet. If you're interested, the first one I used was Jackson's Icon brush, the 3/4 inch flat, and second one was Jackson's Raven 30. And now I am on to the the silver black velvet round 4. So it's a great, as you can see, comes to a beautiful point. It's great for detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some glazing. I'm going to mix up a beautiful kind of gold color, and we're going to go over the top of what we have here. So I've got 2 colors, and because it's a water soluble ink, even though we have dried it, you can expect it to start moving, and it looks quite beautiful usually when it's mixed with the watercolor. So just like that, there isn't much that I need to do, and I'm going to go for even the darker color on the other side. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. I just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no, it's no more, no. So high on a low, that's when I love you the most. Now I thought I should let you know, no, it's no more, no. And that is pretty much it. I want a bit more color here. So today was just a really quick video, and I just wanted to show you that because it's summer, now it's the time to go and do some foraging and picking some maybe wild flowers if you can, if you live near a field or somewhere, I don't know, somewhere where you can do it without sort of, you know, damaging the nature, so to speak. And or the best thing could be just to take pictures really and then draw it from your phone. So that is a little entry that just took me minutes, and it looks really effective and nice. And you could, you know, go ahead and add some washi tape and do some journaling. The fact is that you did some art, you had a creative little session, even if it's just a very short one. The main thing is that you do it, and that's it. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.